Greetings, brethren and sisters. Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, one God. Ethiopians, those at home and abroad. Today, we as a people, the Rastafarian in particular, must look back into themselves and ask what they have done in the interest of a free and liberated Ethiopia for the restoration of the Constitutional Monarchy of Emperor Haile Selassie I. His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I has gone on a far journey within his secret places in Aksum and leave us, his servants, who call ourselves the Rastafarians, to carry forward his work for a free and liberated Ethiopia. From 1974, the Rastafarians has turned their backs on the struggle for a free and liberated Ethiopia. Today, we as a people must and should continue the struggle for a free and liberated Ethiopia. We must be courageous and let our voice be heard so that Ethiopia can be liberated. His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I is our leader and our commander, and we should continue to serve him in spirit and in truth. We must let our voice be heard so that Ethiopia can be free. From 1974, the Rastafarian has turned a blind eye to the struggle and refused to make their voice be heard. Today, brethren and sisters who call themselves Rastafarians, our patriots from a long time, who go through the struggle so that we as Rastafarians could be here today. We know 1974, some get carried away through bribery. Some even entertain Menguste, Marxism, socialism. At the time, 1974, some even partake with Gorbachev, his predecessor before that, Andropov, and Castro within the revolution. Some become cowards and fail to carry the struggle. Today, the question is here again. All who claim themselves to be Rastafarian, what it entails to be a Rastafarian in this time. Because remember, repatriation is abbreviated. There's no repatriation now. Not under this present government. No. For that to happen in our lifetime, Ethiopia have to be free. But we cannot turn our backs on Ethiopia be free. We cannot enjoy their social status that they are enjoying now through the pay or what they are getting from whatever institution. We as a people, as Rastafarian, must be courageous in this time and make a stand for a free Ethiopia. 1974 till now, if it wasn't for the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, who is answerable to the crown. No one would agitate for the rights of the Ethiopian people and for the suffering people, Ethiopian, around the world. If it wasn't for the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated and the Church of Emperor Haile Selassie I, the vanguard for the Rastafarian Movement, everything would go unnoticed. But we cannot sweep it under the carpet. No, not through personalism or through a package to keep us looking the other way, instead of we should stay focused and agitate for a free and liberated Ethiopia. When Abuna Aquilius made his announcement, 2nd November 1930, he called upon the patriarchs, the soldiers, the priests, and all those of the army, and all the people of Ethiopia to support their king, Emperor Haile Selassie I. 1974, the Rastafarian community become weak. Yes, because who don't follow the Marxist government decide to give up the struggle. But we, as a people who call ourselves Rastafarians and people who love justice, must and should let their voice be heard. We understand you have radio personalities, you hear them on Sundays, you hear them all the time. And it's not in the interest of a free Ethiopia. We cannot and must not try to influence our people to turn the other way. We must not and should not turn a blind eye to this struggle. Socialism, Marxism have stunted most of our Rastafarian people. By 1974, before 1974, the movement was vibrant. Yes, everyone out of them mouth say, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I. But when it come down to the struggle, man get weak. Some become radar personalities and distract and misdirect us from the right struggle. The Mutas, the Lands, the Whalers, and all these people must speak the truth in this time or leave the movement, because Ethiopia is sore in need. Ethiopia is calling, and we cannot and should not continue to divert the movement in the right way it should go. His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I's son, King Amma, told us that we must redouble our effort for a free and liberated Ethiopia. Our voice must be heard, brethren and sisters. Our voice must be heard for the liberation of Ethiopia. And remember, one shall chase 1,000. Each Rastafarian represents 1,000. So if our voice be heard, it can tear down walls, it can move government. Yes, because Mengusti and his friends them 19 1974 organized the overthrow of His Imperial Majesty government. So we as a people, His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I people, must and should make our voice be heard. So all who is trying to distract our people from taking up the right agitation to agitate for our rights, remember, His Imperial Majesty, God and history is watching. Yes. So brothers and sisters, it is time now. Ethiopia is in sore need. Ethiopia is calling. His Imperial Majesty, children in exile from 1974. Some just released from the end of the world prison. So we cannot sit down and turn our back, continue. No. Join with the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated in the true agitation for a free and liberated Ethiopia. The time is now for us as a people to take a stand and help to free and liberate Ethiopia so that our children can have a place in history and can enjoy that glory that belongs to them as a people. So brothers and sisters, liberty in our nation, the Lion, His Majesty Emperor Selassie I, one God.
Greetings from Church of Emperor Haile Selassie I, the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Organization. I'm Brother Jody there from Portland, and today, as you hear the plea of the Abbot and the Abuna and the Elder to put away our differences as Rastafarian people and focus on the real goal at hand, which is the restoration of the dynastical order of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Because ever since 74, as in the elders and the Abuna and the Abbot let you know, from 1974, when the overthrow took place and it's meant to withdraw from the whole thing and said he remained emperor, the Rastafarian movement at large at that point was a lot of confusion and a lot of what you call sellout that took place amongst the movement. Even the Orthodox Church of itself took his master out of it and replaced him with Jesus the Christus. So all this confusion of the Rastafarian people dismay, because you have a man also called Michael Manley, say him have the rod of correction, and he come to correct the abuse for the Rastafarian people. So with all these things going on, and the monarchy is overthrown, and the Rastafarian didn't know what direction to turn to, they came, and a lot of Rasta now went and joined other groups, PNP, Labourite, and other fraction of movement, Pan-African movement, which is communist movement, and all these other movements trying to secure themselves under something when the reality, they were supposed to organize themselves at that point and centralize and fight for the restoration of the dynastical order of Emperor Haile Selassie I. But they didn't do it. But one man called Manuel Center Fox did hold on to the charter that was given to us at the time, IEWF, and he did carry the charter, and he did get the charter upgraded to the IEWF by Emperor Selassie to carry on the struggle under our leadership, Rastafarian Movement. And today, the whole thing was very successful, and today we have the Church of Emperor Haile Selassie I and the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Organization for our liberation of Rasta people, and also to extend it to all who love peace and integration throughout the West and wherever they are in the East. So today we have something real, Rastafarian people, throughout the world, and all who love peace and integration. Today we have our liberation force going to come through the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Organization for us to have a liberation of Ethiopia and for us also to have peace and unity and also return back to our continent, which is Ethiopia. So the reality, Africa and Ethiopia belong to us as a people, and this movement come to organize us as a people to bring us back to our respective location and also help us now to help the rest of the world to liberate itself from all that's going on around us today. Fascism, Nazism, communalism, and all these ism and schism, Christianity, Islam, and all these things are here upon us as a people, pressuring us. Okay, if you look at the reality of those, religion is where we first as a people was brought into the West through these religions and was brought as slave. And then you have other groups that come out like us, Jacobites, who came through what you call a political struggle, who was fighting a war and was captured and was shipped from Spain into the West. So today we identify ourselves as Jacobites, Church of Haile Selassie I, for the liberation of all Rastafarian and all who love peace and hate aggression throughout the world, to bring back the dynastical order of Emperor Haile Selassie I through the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation organization. So this is the reality of our future. Granted, since 1974 you didn't understand what was taking place, but today we are here presenting this in the fullness and this room, that this is the umbrella for all movements of Rastafarian, and I said all who love peace and want, we say, liberation and restoration of themselves, because today we are all in trouble in the West. You understand? So the reality is, attach yourself to this, wherever you are, Ethiopia, West America, England, wherever you are in the world, because it's Imperial Ethiopian World Federation to move people from where they are, wherever in the world, to bring them under one umbrella, one order, one God, one aim, one goal, one destiny. Haile Selassie I, the restoration of dynastical order, Emperor Haile Selassie I, for all liberation of people throughout the world. So this is the umbrella to attach yourself to, no matter what you are and where you are. Join on to us and help us fight this struggle, because this struggle is for liberation of all people. His Majesty, blessed be Jah. Rastafarian Movement.
Yes, my name is Yadiel Shaka, Yadiel, Church of Haile Selassie I. We, the people, have been exploited, been annoyed in our struggle. We are right now holding on to the belief in Emperor Haile Selassie I and the Almighty. Restoration, and to free us from all bearable things in this homeland of Ethiopia. Want it to be free. In the name of the Imperial Majesty, blessed be Jah.
Greetings to the Abona International President, the Abbot, the emissaries, the Levites, the daughters of Empress Many League, Barbetta family throughout the world. Today, to the Ethiopian people, home and abroad, the Rastafarian community in particular, that is not united right now because of ignorance, some deliberately know the truth, but yet because of money, vanity, they turn a blind eye and they talk something different. We understand that the education system will prepare ones and ones to comprehend the truth, even when it's staring them right in their face. But yet, we're still going to continue this restoration struggle to restore the monarchy, the IEWF, Imperial Ethiopian World Federation, the Church of Emperor Haile Selassie I, one government that come to bring peace, salvation to the earth. His Majesty, when he went away, when he was overthrown, he went away. But he left his government and commissioned the Abona, Emmanuel Center Fox, to carry out the order through the Moses office, give the law to the people, the people, the Rastafarian community, whether they want to accept it or not. The truth is that His Majesty government was overthrown. Some who, because of weak heart, never really understand, turn aside. Some, because of desperation, disillusion, they give in to other political ideologies. So we understand that we never turn aside those who was commissioned, like the Abuna, and those who he taught of the whole thing, the order, which is here today. Jamaica, the headquarters, His Majesty Government, Imperial Ethiopian World Federation. We're calling upon all the Rastafarians who understand what we're saying and who know that what we're saying is true to come and start to gather themselves, whether they're in the Bingi house, the Baba house, they're in the 12th tribe. Come out of those places, because we know that it's misleading. So right now we have to educate the Rastafarians and the people who love justice and truth and hate aggression, because we're here to correct this thing that has happened to the people, the Rastafarians in particular, and all the people who in the earth who been under oppressive regimes. His Majesty come for everyone who has been oppressed, so that he can bring them salvation as the Prince of Peace. We speak of him today, and it is his peace that he left and his utterance that he left that we have, that give us salvation. So we extending this to the rest of the earth through joining hands with us with this within his government, so that we can defeat the Antichrist regimes that are up on the earth. The Antichrist, because His Majesty is the Christ, 72nd Master, Creator, 72nd Christ. Check the history, check the whole thing, and you will see that He's Christ. So we have to know that it's God, Emperor Haile Selassie I, and his government is still here on earth. His dynasty is our main objective, to restore it, to bring it back to Ethiopia. We understand the government of Ethiopia made statements, Abiy Ahmed, his administration, that we have to, the crown have to contest through democracy, a democratic process. No, that is foolishness, because the whole thing was illegitimate in the first place. The government there is illegitimate. So we understand that we have we call a mountain to overcome, to get the Ethiopian people to be educated, and not just in Ethiopia, abroad, so that they can get the understanding that it's about education. Education, yes, with support of those regimes who are against and have the resources to finance the educational process, and so that the people can get the truth to them. So we are calling upon all those who have those means to come under the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation, the government of His Imperial Majesty, that he gives to all the people to have as a means to free themselves, in particular the Rastafarians in Jamaica and within the Caribbean, to unite within this diversity, because we understand there's different ethnic groups within the Caribbean, but yet we know that we're all one people. So let's correct the whole thing together. But let's start by agitating, coming under the umbrella with us to agitate and to educate, so that way the people can get the understanding they need to make the correct decision to restore His Majesty dynasty, government, monarchy, constitutional monarchy to Ethiopia, where it rightfully belongs. And with that I say, blessed be Jah. Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I, the living God.
Greetings to all my Rastafarian brethren and sisters out there once again. Well, I just want to let all the Rastafarian brethren know there that we continually reaching out to you to understand the Rastafarian struggle, to come under the umbrella of the IEWF. See, the Rastafarian have a traditional lifestyle that we comprehend. Most of us was there already. I want the item know that we respect the idea because it was necessary then. But the whole movement has changed now. The struggle has changed. Back then, you were struggling for self, liberation of self. Today, the struggle has redirected. The struggle is about Ethiopia. It's about the liberation and the restoration of Emperor Haile Selassie I's government. That is our struggle today. Now I want to tell the item this. If you're not with us, you're against us. And if you're against us, you're against Emperor Haile Selassie I. Blessed be Jah, Rastafari, Emperor Selassie I, live it.